Go ahead, we're good.
Okay, being 5:16, I'd like to call Thursday, May 28th, Planning Commission meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call's been taken.
Yes.
Looking for a motion to adopt the agenda and memorandum.
With the exception that the presenter unfortunately could not come tonight, though it's our recommendation to take number 7 off. The floodplain substantial damage and the 50% rule, we'll take that off. Austin will plan on providing that presentation at a later date.
I'll make a motion to adopt the amended agenda.
And I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made by Jay, seconded by Susie. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, looking for a motion for the review of the February 26, 20 Planning Commission meetings as read in your packet.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Okay, motion's been made by Susie, seconded by Jay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, any public comment? Any public comment? See none, moving on to number 5. Public hearing on proposed comprehensive plan amendment 2026 through, or 2026-03 to change the future land use classification for parcel 33 3069 000 and 33 3069 100 from single family and duplex residential to medium high density residential.
All right, so before we just go into the public hearing part, I'm going to kind of give a recap of what this is all about. So on the screen, you'll see that there's a map. This is the future land use map that's identified in our comprehensive plan. We have a proposal, which we talked about at the last Plan Commission meeting in February. I'll actually bring that. Well, at the last February Plan Commission meeting, we talked about a conceptual design to put townhouses on the parcels that are identified that Bernie just identified before. And again, to do that, there's a 2-step process. First of all, we have to amend the future land use map in our comprehensive plan. That's what we're talking about tonight, to do a public hearing. And then the Planning Commission will talk about adopting a resolution for that. Then after that step, it'll go to council, and we have to do an ordinance amendment to finalize the change in the comprehensive plan. Then beyond that, we have to look at some zoning changes. So that'll be the next step after we start with this comprehensive plan. So again, we're looking at changing the comprehensive plan to allow for change those parcels as identified from single family and duplex to medium to high density residential. And at this time, I'd suggest that you open up the public hearing if there's no questions.
Nobody here to talk about it.
I would still ask and see if anybody's here to.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna open up for a public hearing. See no one here. I'm gonna
Is there
close
any
it.
Plan Commission members that want to speak on behalf of the public hearing?
Just ask 3 times.
Anybody in the Planning Commission have any questions or concerns about it?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, this time I'm gonna close the public hearing. And moving on to number 6, consider approval of the resolution adopting the amendment 2026-03 in the cities of New London 2040 comprehensive plan.
So on the screen, you can see that the resolution that was included in your packet basically identifies that the planning commission approves this process, and then the further steps would be going on to the city council to enact the ordinance that I just referenced before. So this would be in consideration of just adopting this resolution and continuing the process. Any questions?
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve the consideration of adopting this amendment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll even second it.
Motion's been made by Susie, seconded by Keith. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, we're skipping them.
Hold on. I would have abstained from the vote.
You need to abstain from voting since this is my land, so.
Okay, and there's one abstention. Okay, moving on to number 7. Austin's not here. So number 8, review upcoming agenda items.
Upcoming agenda items, I don't have anything set for right now. I know Austin has a list of things that potentially come up. We might be at the right track for timing to look at the zoning change for this project as well. But I think he will also, providing he's available, to continue with his plans for the floodplains of substantial damage and the 50% rule presentation. I know he had it all set up, ready to go and come, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. So we will put that on the next agenda as well.
Okay, moving on, review next meeting date, tentatively June 25th, 2026.
I sent to council an email a couple days ago. I know the plan commission people didn't get it, but we have some timing things that we're looking at for some special meetings coming forward. Specifically, next week at the Board of Public Works meeting, we have our city engineer or our engineer firm for the wastewater treatment plant is going to give a major presentation on what options we have for the wastewater treatment plant. Eventually, the council is going to have to decide what aspects of the plan for that wastewater treatment plant or rebuild we are going to be looking at. So that presentation again is going to be on June 1st. We need to put notices out after that meeting to allow people the opportunity for notices for a public hearing. The first opportunity for a special council meeting, public hearing, would be June 25th after the timing for those notices. That's obviously the regular plan commission night. We're not recommending to do 2 meetings that night because we think that public hearing could be a substantial conversation. So we want to kind of keep that meeting to itself. And so the concept would be, number 1, potentially moving plan commission up a week and do the plan commission meeting on the 18th to allow the special city council meeting on the 25th, or the council could have the special city council meeting the week of the 29th. The only reason I don't like that is because it's technically 4th of July week. I don't know if people are going to be gone on vacation for the holiday. Plus, I don't know if it's appropriate if we should have a public hearing on a holiday week if people are gone, so they wouldn't have the opportunity to attend that potential public hearing. So I wanted to kind of throw out the idea, the concept, or proposal that maybe we move plan commission up to the 18th and the special council meeting to the 25th. I'll just kind of open it up to your discussions from here.
I'm good with whichever way that it goes personally, but I want to backtrack to that floodplain substantial damage at the potentially being presented at the next meeting. If at all possible, would it be with the ability to put that presentation together and have Austin present it and put it on YouTube ahead of time? There are a lot of people who would like to understand that rule sooner rather than later. They're making decisions, they're getting insurance checks, they're applying for funds, grants, whatever. And the understanding of that is vital for the decisions that they're making in their personal lives. And I think waiting another month seems like a long time to ask.
I could talk to Austin about that. I think this presentation was a little bit more for your information more than anything. I would strongly suggest if anyone has those questions, contact Austin directly. He has had a ton of conversations with people about what that means for their particular property, because every property has a different equalized assessed value. So we have that information, what that is, so that regardless with this presentation or not,
Okay,
that individual conversation has to happen anyway. So if anybody has questions, contact Austin Deeb, our community development director in the office directly, and he can have that information, that conversation with you about your particular property.
Is it, is he able to talk to people other than in the city of New London? I mean, I have a friend who is lost pretty much everything on X.
Mhm.
And she was going to come tonight, you know, but is she able to call him and talk to him? Or would that be, I mean, she did come to the senior center during the storm thing and they, you know, and they just said, no, you know, you can't. So, I mean, I don't want her to go through all of it to think that she's gonna get the information from him and then be turned down again, you know, and stuff, so.
Correct. He can give some general information about it, but in
Okay.
that particular case, I would strongly suggest that that person contacts the county zoning,
Okay,
because they are the ones managing
okay.
in the townships.
So maybe individual little questions or
Yeah,
something, she might be able to run by him, but for the whole big picture, Wapaka County.
Yeah, because that, just like I said, every single property has different things going
Yeah.
on, equalized
Yeah.
value. The county zoning is taking care of that, so have that conversation with that zoning department. And if anybody else in the city has that, and I know Austin and Dave and our contracted building inspectors have done a lot of assessments. They've been going around. FEMA wants us to assess every single property that was in the flood zones. And they've been trying to do that as quickly as they can to do these assessments for damage. So, like I said, if anybody in the city has any questions about the property, please call Austin and have that conversation with him. He will definitely help you out in your particular situation.
Now, is he going to each individual house that's been affected by the flood?
They are trying to, yes. It takes time. There's, 300 houses, that are in the flood zones on both sides of the city. They've done quite a few. I don't know what number they're up to, but they've been trying to do that. And this is something that we're being expected to do with the DNR and FEMA. They are indicating that we are required to do this, make sure that we're doing it. So they've been going out and doing as many assessments as possible. There's only so much time in a day to get everywhere, but they're working on it.
Now, if you've already had plans to have repairs and my contractor is going to be going for a building permit.
Mhm.
So will he just look at that based on what the value of my home is?
Correct. So not to speak on behalf of this presentation and screw something up, but essentially any of the repairs, the homeowner and or contractor, like in different situations, need to provide what that value of repairs is. Austin will have from our assessor what the equalized value of the properties are, and then they can determine, make sure that number one, is the property below the base flood elevation? There are some properties that are in the floodplain that are above the base flood elevation that the 50% rule may not apply. It's only that if they're non-compliant, if they're below the base of the flood, depending on what that particular house is, Austin will evaluate what the repairs costs are compared to the equalized assessed value and determine if it's hitting that 50% rule.
I think the sooner that we can get that information so that all of us are clear on things to help other people, and to help out a little bit. I mean, I think that keep putting it off isn't the answer. I mean, as long as Austin can do it.
Yep.
I mean, that's the other point there, so.
That was totally the intention tonight.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, can't help that, but.
But again, anybody that has repairs that they need to do, they need to contact our department, contact Austin, because we're required to keep track of those costs. That's one of the mandates given to us that we have to do.
Is there any way we could possibly schedule this earlier if Austin is good?
We can try. I mean, if you guys would want to schedule it, in a week or two,
I just
we can
think
do that.
the quicker that we are informed,
Yep.
so we have questions, that people contact us that.
Sure.
I mean, we got that, me and Melinda were just talking that week of the 8th is free, we have nothing. It's always our off week. I mean,
Um,
providing Austin is okay.
provided that he's available in his schedule. I don't have that in front of me right now.
I agree with Susie, the sooner the better that at least gets out there somehow.
Would you
Agreed.
want me to try to target the 11th?
I'm
That
fine
might
with
be an
that.
issue for me, but I mean, if it's, everyone else is good, I mean, I don't wanna hold it up. I mean,
And we would record it like we normally do with all
Yep,
these meetings.
well,
It would be available
yeah.
for anybody to watch.
I believe the 11th, we have a sign dedication.
Yeah, for the museum.
Oh, I don't have that.
What's
on my
what's the
calendar.
9th even? That better for you, Susie?
Yeah.
Jay?
8th or 9th, maybe?
I'm unavailable in 9th already.
I know it's tough, but just nice to get that information spread.
I mean, the 8th, you could do too.
Does the 8th work out for everyone?
My birthday.
That works
Well, we
perfect.
have to do it on, we have.
She have a cake?
She's bringing cupcakes, that's what I heard.
Should we try the 8th?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, seeing that everybody's nodding their head and I don't see anybody.
Everybody fine with the 8th?
Yes.
Don't matter. We got-
I will not be here if you.
New guy can't come.
I'm gonna be in Rhode Island.
Enjoy that.
Hmm?
Enjoy that.
I'm sure there's a lot of people whose minds are really twisted
Mhm.
that would like to at least hear.
Is there a way that we can get this, that presentation is going to be done that night? I mean, I saw just the two people here. I'm sure, I mean, other than seeing it on my agenda and on the agenda Facebook page, we really didn't, the information wasn't out there. I think that there's a lot of people that questioning everything that's going on. And I think that even if we just put it as a single
Is it a-
post on the Facebook page and get the information out, I think that would be a really good thing for our community, just to get people involved in that.
What about the 4th?
July 4th?
Be to the 4th?
Oh, June 4th?
So that'd be next Thursday?
Fourth or fifth.
Next Thursday,
That
That's
works.
fine too.
providing Austin's okay.
Are we still getting
I'm on
cupcakes?
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. We got
Out of luck, out of luck.
I think we given enough
Options.
ideas because really we're looking at Austin, what his
Right.
availability is.
Absolutely.
He needs to take care of himself.
Right.
What he needs to do first.
It sounded like everything was good, that he should be able to come next week back to work, so,
I mean,
I
you-
shoot for the 4th, I mean, and then we'll just have this meeting just for that presentation, which is fine. Okay, shoot for the 4th. And then more council members, are we gonna shoot the 25th for special council meeting? You guys not
Yep.
that?
And then our next planning commission, the 18th.
Oh, we'll plan right now, planning on to meet the 4th,
Oh,
and then we can
okay.
determine next
Okay.
Thursday, we can determine if we need to meet on the 18th.
Sorry, John.
Okay, and then if the
No, you're
4th don't work for Austin, just have him pick a date. We'll have to make it work.
What's that?
Can do.
Okay, next item on the agenda is adjournment.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion's been made, seconded to adjourn the meeting. Meeting's adjourned at 5:30.